Hey guys, welcome to the first 2K video. Today we're going to be simulating 2 NBA build a player careers with $15. Here we go with the first season simulation. Leading up, this is going to decide the draft order, and this one really doesn't matter, but we'll see who get our 2 players. These are the standings halfway through the season with the Knicks, Timberwolves, Mavs, and Spurs at the top, and then Wizards, Jazz, Hornets, and Blazers at the bottom. Jokic won MVP, not that it matters. Shai on Rookie of the Year, Valanciunas 6-man, Wemby defense, and Min Thompson, and so forth. Here are the standings at the end of the year with the Knicks, Spurs, Mavs, and Nuggets, and Timberwolves finishing at the top, and the Wizards, Trailblazers, Jazz, Hornets, and Heat at the bottom. Here are the playoffs. Spurs and Knicks has the 1 seed going into the play-in. Grizzlies, Thunder, Magic, and Nets make it out of the play-in. And the Kings and the Celtics are in the final. And the Celtics come out on top, 4-1. Jaylen Brown wins the Finals MVP. Even Tatum can't get in. Tatum can't even get it in 2K. Here's our first player, Paul Buckchant. I will explain them later. He is a 7'3" forward mix. And then Amis Delsadon, the 6'7" point guard from Vermont. He is a mixture of 5 players, like I'll show you. Here's the draft lottery. The Knicks, who are the 1 seed, actually have the highest odds to get the number 1 pick. But no, the Blazers and Pelicans get it, with the Sixers being the 3rd pick, which probably won't matter in this 2-player draft. Here are with the Blazers on the clock. They pick Paul Buckchant out of Illinois State, the 7'3" power forward. And Amis Delsadon goes to the Pelicans. Keon Johnson goes to the 76ers, but he's not a part of this video, so he does not matter. Send to the end. And Paul Buckchant is an 85 overall power forward. And as you can see right here, his attributes, he's pretty good. He is 7'3", 220 pounds. He's wearing number 23 and is the number 1 pick. And when you go to his badges, you can see it's 13 total with a few golds, a few silvers, and a bronze. And then Amis Delsadon with a silver and the rest being bronzes. When you go to his attributes, they aren't as good, but he is still a 6'7" point guard. That's 200 pounds. I mean, you don't see that very often. He's an 80 overall, so not bad, which is actually really good. And then here is the player chart that we picked from. First off is Paul, where we picked Bol Bol's body, Peyton Pritchard shooting, Alec Burks playmaking, Matisse Thybulle's defense, and Gabe Vincent's finishing. They also got the badges of these players. And then next is Amis, where we picked Min Thompson's body, Caris LeVert's shooting, Rob Dillingham's playmaking, Anthony Simon's defense, and Aaron Gordon's finishing. So here's the teams we're going to be on. Amis on the Pelicans with Jai Mitchell, Jordan Hawkins, and Yavesi Massi. I guess the other guys are hurt. And Paul Buckchant comes in as the best player with Scoot Henderson, Donovan Clingan, Mo Wagner, Chris Murray, and others on his team. Here's the first game of the regular season where Paul goes up against Embiid and he wins. And Avis goes up against someone else. And Paul, it went convincingly. Paul with 3-9-5, but had 4 turnovers and shot 1 for 6 from the field. Avis, however, on the other hand, who lost, had 6 points, 6 boards, 3 assists, and a steal, but also 3 turnovers, and was not very efficient, going 1 for 3. Here they are in their first game against each other in the second game of the season. Pelicans start off hot, and then Blazers bring it back. Close one going into the 4th. Here, tied game with 3 minutes left. Taking it slow now on the simcast. Let's see. It's getting out in front. Looks like they're going to win. 4-point game. Oh, and they bring it back at a 3, but no, too late. And let's look at the box score. Avis had 14, 5, and 4 in a block, but had 3 turnovers. But he shot 60% from the field, which is good. It's making an improvement. Paul, on the other hand, had 13, 7, 2, 1, and 2, but he still had 4 turnovers, shot 4 for 9. Here they are in their before their next meeting. 2 and 3 for the Blazers and Paul. And Paul is averaging 12 and Avis being 1 and 6, but he is averaging 11.7. Yeah. And then here they are for their second meeting. And don't worry about that. That doesn't matter. That will be taken care of. Here they are, second game. Pelicans barely won their first one. Blazers take out early in the first half. They stay up. Pelicans bringing it close, and they tie it up, and they go back ahead. 5-point game with 56 seconds left. Here it is. 3-point game with 12 seconds left, and we jump in. Okay. So here's the rules. We will not be playing. We'll be picking no side. We'll just be watching a certain view. You guys might not like that view, but I don't care because it's what fits the whole screen in the game. Whole game in the screen. Down by 3, Pelicans with the ball. And trying to figure out the right camera, but they're down. The Pelicans are down 3 with the ball with about 10 seconds left. Inbounding into Zion is an interesting idea. Zion brings it up the court and over to Amis. Amis with the 3. Bang! Bang! He drills the 3 to tie it up, and they have to call the timeout. And here, what a shot from the rookie, Amis. And with 6.5 seconds left, tie ball game. Let's see what happens here. And here come the Blazers out of the timeout with 6.5 seconds left of the tie ball game, getting it at half court. Jeremy Grant inbounds the ball, looking for Simons. He gets it to Simons. 5 seconds on the clock. Simons drives in, kicks it to Grant. Grant puts up a 3. It's no good. And this one is going to OT, folks. What a clutch shot from the rookie, Amis. That dude doesn't even have the best shooting with Karis LeVert's 3 ball, which I think was like a 78 to an 80 or something, which is insane, especially in that shot. In overtime, we're going to go back to the Simcast. So you don't have to watch the entire thing. We will come back if it gets close. Don't mind what my brother's watching on the side. But here's the Simcast. And here it is. Tie ball game. Pelicans up 2. Tie ball game with 1 minute and 2 seconds left and we hop back in. 138 with Pelicans ball. DeJounte Murray sizing him up. And he drives in and he makes the layup. What a shot from DeJounte. What a finish by DeJounte Murray. Simons brings the ball up the court. Oh, and here's the box score. I haven't looked at this yet. Amis with 22 on 9 for 16 shooting. But hit the biggest 3 of the game. Biggest shot of the game, at least. Paul, not as great, with 11, 11, and 2. No turnovers, though. That's good. Shooting 5 for 9 from the field. Here it is. Simons up the court with Murray on him. They call the timeout. Think things back over. I mean, this is a good one. This is a really good game. Grant taking it out with 54 seconds left. Can't get it. Gets it in. No, he doesn't. He gets it. Yeah, he does get it into Simons. Okay, where is Paul? Is Paul out? Yeah, there's Paul. Simons drives. Simons gets blocked on the layup, and that might have sealed the game. Murray brings it up. Looking. And Zion with the dunk all over Anthony Simons. You can see Paul in the back. Or no, Danny Avdia. Paul in the background wanted nothing to do with that. Avdia gets it into Simons. Simons brings it up the court with 36 seconds left. Get the ball to Paul. I know he only has 11, but, still. He's the best player on the team. Simons goes in for a layup, and it's good. 142-140. Inbounds the ball. They're not fouling, which is good for us because we can actually watch it. Murray brings it up the court. He's probably going to waste some time. 20 seconds left. They're up by 2. About a 5-6 second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Murray sizing him up. Murray drives in. 3, 2, 1. And it's no good. And they call the timeout. Get the ball in their half. Paul with the rebound right there to secure it. Secure to the timeout. Coming out of the timeout. What are they going to do here? Down 2 with 6.5 seconds left. Grant gets it into Simons. Are they going to do the same thing they did last time? Simons with the unnecessary spin of Simons. Pump fakes, pulls up the three, and he misses. And the Pelicans win 142 to 140, meaning Amis leads the series over Paul 2-0 right now. Amis with no points in overtime, but did hit the clutch shot to send it to overtime. I think he's the MVP of that game. Paul also did not score in overtime. Amis didn't even play in overtime, actually. Paul with 11-11 to overall. Not as good of a game, but here it is. And here it comes. Here comes the next game. Amis's Pelicans 6-10, going up against Paul again, who they're 2-0 against. Amis is averaging 12.5, 5, and 3 on 55% shooting and 38 from 3. The Paul is 5-8 and currently is averaging 12, 6.5, 2.5, but 2.5 turnovers per game. Less efficient from the field, but more efficient from 3, shooting 49 and 44 respectively. Here it is. Here's their third meeting between them. Paul really needs to have a good game here, seeing as Amis is by far killing him in their series against each other right now. And Blazers, again, jump out to an early lead. This one is a blowout, though, as Amis's Pelicans come back for the win. Paul did not do good with only 11, 7, and 2, and he had 7 turnovers. Damn, that's bad, Paul. He needs to control better. And Amis, however, had 18, 3, and 1, and a block, and only 1 turnover. So that means he is now 3-0 against Paul in the season series. Here's their final game against each other, with Paul's Blazers being 23 and 24. Paul is averaging 11.8, 6, 7, and 2.5, but 1.5 and 1, but he's averaging 2.5 blocks per game, or turnovers per game. The Pelicans are 20 and 24 with Amis, and Amis just had 13 and 11, is currently averaging still 12.7, but is up in the average to 6.5 rebounds, 4 assists. This is going to be a good one. The Trailblazers need this one instead of Paul, so he doesn't get swept by Amis and the Pelicans on the season series. They jump out to an early lead again. This has been the common theme every game where the Pelicans come back. Still a blowout. And they come back and tie it up in the fourth quarter. And now they're up ahead, up by 4. Up by 5. Up by 5 with 1:25 remaining in the game. Here we are jumping in. 113-108. With 1:25, they get it into Clingan, gets it into Simons. Okay, there's Paul on the bottom part of the screen. Grant for 2. I did not realize I was controlling the column there, but he still missed. Go to the CPU now, and now we're good. Now we can watch. Here comes Jose Alvarado, bringing it up. Simon's on him. Here comes Zion, up by 5 with 1:12. And he gets blocked by Robert Williams. What a play by Robert Williams to block that. I personally would have Paul on there. I mean, that's just me, but, I don't know. And here comes a shot from DeJounte Murray. No good. They're 8 with the rebound. They're running a 3 big lineup. I don't know if I like the scoot with the ball. At the top of the key. Avdia comes across. Ayton comes in with the screen. Scoot, pulls up for 3. Drills it. Cuts it to a 2-point game. 50 seconds remaining. Murray brings it up the court. Amis isn't even out there. I don't know what they're doing. He won them their first game against them, and they miss. Ayton with the rebound. Gets it to Henderson, who gets it up to Grant. Gets it to Paul, and Paul with the midi. It's the first time we've seen him score all season. And that's a clutch basket, too, to tie it up at 113 with 30 seconds left. Murray brings it up the court. Avdia on him. He passes it out to Trey Murphy III. Murphy sizing up Grant. Comes with the screen. Murphy. No shot. He's trying to run out the clock. He gets to Zion. Zion for 3. No good. Danny gets the rebound and calls a timeout. 15.5 seconds left. Tie game at 113. Here it is. Paul with 10, 12, and 2, and no turnovers on 5 for 8 shooting. And Amis with 16, 6, 2, and 1 steal and 1 turnover, which is good. I don't know if he's fouled out, which he's not, he's just not in, which is shocking. But here they are. looking to win the game. Their first game against the Pelicans all year. Gets into Simons. Simons dribbling out the clock. 12 seconds left. Alvarado on him. Makes a move. No. Step back. Makes a move in and out. Between the legs. Goes to the basket. Layup. And it's good. It's good. No, that wasn't Anthony Simons. That was Scoot Henderson. Puts them up 115 to 113 with 4 seconds left. And here come the Pelicans. Down to 4 seconds left. They need a basket here. If they score here, they sweep the series. How are they going to do it? Paul on Zion. And they get it in. DeJounte Murray. DeJounte kicks it in. Mid-range. And it's good again. They send it to overtime once again. And we know what happens between these teams in overtime. And what a shot by DeJounte Murray. And that sends it to overtime. Another great game between these two teams. Died at 1:15 going into overtime. We're going to simcast this. See what happens. Here comes the jump ball. Can't simcast it quite yet. And the Pelicans win the jump ball. Get to Alvarado. He brings up the court. And here comes simcast. Oh, and it goes too fast. No. No. My fault. The Pelicans win by 2. 126-124. That's my fault. Completely my fault, guys. But, I don't know. Here's the Rising Stars game. Not that it matters. Rookie team ended up winning. Ended up losing. But there's their competition, Vincent. And then here's the MVP. Wemby wins it at the end of the year. Amis wins Rookie of the Year, so he is by far out ahead. Anthony Simons, 6-man. Wemby, Defensive Player. Sarr, and Most Improved. Paulo. Greg Pop. And then all those other awards. All NBA first teams. Normal guys. Not that any of these matter quite yet. And then you go ahead. And all defensive team. Did either of them make it? No. Not first team. Neither second team. Here comes all rookie team. Okay. So, obviously, Amis is in first. Paul, you got to catch up, Paul. You're the higher overall, but Amis is doing way better than you. However, Amis did not make the playoffs where Paul's Sixers got the 6th seed. 5 seed playing the 4 seed of Rockets. There it is. Now we're going to go look at the stats of each player so far, or how they did this season. First up is Amis. We already saw basically what he's done, but he is 4th on his team in scoring with 13, 6, 3, 1.7, and only 1.5 turnovers, which is not great, but still not bad. And is shooting 50% from the field. Next up, and then here's Paul, who's averaging 13.3, 7.5, 2.5, 1.5 steals, and 0.7 blocks, but 2.5 turnovers per game. And he's shooting 49% from the field. Here they go. Here comes the Rockets, or the Blazers taking on the Rockets in round 1. They lose the first game. This is gonna be a good one between them two. Paul did not have a great game. Şengün, and they get swept. Şengün probably must have dominated Paul. Let's look at it. Bat stinker in the closeout. 7-11-1. He did not do good. 12 on awful efficiency. And here we'll just sum the rest of the playoffs. The Timberwolves make it out of the West with Anthony Edwards. Pacers make it out of the East with Tyrese Halliburton. Here comes the rest. And the Pacers win. Tyrese Halliburton wins Finals MVP. And there goes our first season.